whakarongo ki te tangi a te korimako. Kōrero flowing out the hook of force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds, kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā ko nā whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira hira whakarongo pi kari kari mai. Hare hare mai, o Taringa hare hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody. Gather up close everybody. Kani move that body. Kani move that body.
Koutou I matarātu I nā putareo, o a koutou mihini, tēnā hoki mai. Anei te reo o Taringa e whakapāho atu nei, te pīki auahi, pīki taone nei o te awa mutu.
That was a spaceship.
Mutu, waimari ana mātou o te wānanga o te roa ki te whakapāho ki a koutou. Anei mātou toko toru, ko mātou, ko te puaheiri, ko Erika.
Tēnā koutou katoa, tēnā kōrua kuhua.
Kia ora.
Anā kei roto tonu tātou. I te mahuru Māori.
Ka mātua I
I te
tēnā.
mahuru Māori,
Ka mātua I tēnā.
Ka mātua I tēnā.
O, krewa koe.
Krewa. So yeah, we are still in mahuru Māori. Kei te pēhea koe e hoa. How's it going?
Ai, e pai ana.
E pai ana?
Ai.
Koutou mā o ngai Taringa, mena e u ana koutou. If he's following, here's me trying to speak in English and then going straight into Māori.
Kei a koe te tika.
Yeah.
Hoi no, ka mātua I tēnā.
Ka mātua I tēnā. So, 3 times it's been dropped. That must be our kiwaha for today.
Ai.
Tahi, rua, e toru, ngā wāhe wahine.
That's one of Prani's little games during Mahuru Māori. Actually,
that
anytime
song.
he's like, guess that song. What's the song?
He'll sing the waiata to us in te reo Māori.
Ko te waiata tēnei kore e mutu.
Ka mātua I tēnā.
Hare tonu atu. I te mata, e tahi ki te waiata. Ka mātua I tēnā.
Ka mātua I tēnā. So, koe rā tā tātou kiwaha.
Yeah. If you don't know what that is, you may have guessed what it could be. That's enough of that.
Yeah, that's enough. Well, that's, yeah.
Ka nui tēnā.
Ka nui tēnā. That's good. That's enough. That's cool. I've had 3 drinks. I've got to work tomorrow. Ka mātua I te. I ngā inu e toru. That's enough. You know.
That's enough.
Ka mutu he whera I ngā kiwaha katoa kei te āhua o te... kei te horopaki, te tikanga.
Of course.
O te āhua o te piki, te oro rānei o tō reo.
So it's how it's used, depending on the context.
A koa nei pe e riri mai ana tētai, ne?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Ka me koe ki tērā, e riri nei. Ka mātua I tēnā.
Yeah.
Kia tā.
Yeah. That's enough of that.
Aye.
Cut that out. Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah, so if you're getting jived by your mates and you're getting hoa with them, ka mātua I tēnā. And with your stern response, it may...
Korongo, ka mātua I tēnā.
Ka mātua I tēnā. Yeah. Ha, joke's over.
Yeah.
It's not funny anymore. Ka mātua I tēnā.
Ka mātua I tēnā.
Ka mātua
I think ka mātua I tēnā whakamārama. I think that's a good enough explanation of the kiwa.
Ai.
Koina.
So, kei a koutou tēnā kiwaha, whakamahia.
Koina hoki, whakamahi.
I like that. Whakamahia.
Whakamahia.
Ana, ka mātua I tēnā kōrero mo te ka mātua I tēnā.
Ka mātua I tēnā I te ka mātua I tēnā.
Kua huri tātou ki tā tātou kaupapa, anei, ko te kaupapa ko?
Once upon a Taima.
Wanapana
Taima. So yeah, just for those who are a bit confused, like, hey, Once Upon a Time has popped back up. We're doing this as a bi-monthly cycle. So it interchanges with the Ngā Taonga Sound and Vision episode that we did. So the first one with the Ngā Taonga was with protest and social movement.
Yeah.
And now we're back to Once Upon a Timer. So yeah, ka mātua I tēnā. But I wanted to say, I'm pretty excited about this week's one because...
Minga.
Aye, because it's a story that we've read. There's a school books about it.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't really remember how one of the main characters got angry at one of the other main characters. And one of the bird-like main characters was given a bad rap, like I think. And this sheds a bit of light on as to why...
He tirohanga anō tēnei.
Yeah. So this is another look at...
A new way to look at it.
Yeah, ka pai. So,
Ka
whakarongo mai.
mātua I tēnā.
Mātua I tēnā, whakarongo mai.
The kohu has its misty cloak over the ngahere, mingling with the fragrances of the many rākau. Some rākau are only mahuri, while others are old and lofty, reaching up to Ranginui to look down upon the great domain of Tāne. Us trees have seen much and heard much. And if you open your heart to listen to us, when Tāwhiri Mātea blows, through the rustling of our leaves, you can hear us whispering of times gone by. You can hear us talking story to each other, or chatting with the manu who flit and fly, then settling on our branches. Pai kare, kia pai mai rā toku moi. When I was a Māori, I needed not sleep so long. Engari, he nāi nei, o kau mātua. I can't do what I used to, like when I was younger.
E koro tōtara. It's not like you go anywhere. I mean, ko Taima he he tui noiho. You just stand there with your branches in the air, swaying in the breeze.
Turi koe pi. Just because you dance around flitting here and flitting there like a pīrai raka.
Well, I am a pīrai raka. That's what pīrai raka do.
Well, Epi, you're much younger than me. I've been standing here a very long time. Mai rāno.
Mohiaho, you've always stood there. How long has it been anyway? Weeks? Days? Years?
Kia roa mai hoki. It's been a very long time. Many years, actually.
Ke ahua nei, koro. Has it been since Maui fished up the land?
Kaore, not as long as that.
What about when Kupeke, chasing the whiku over a Muturangi?
I think I was in the puku of a kereru, getting transported at the time.
Oh, yes! Ngāti Kereru love eating the berries of your whānau. Quite clever too, how they have a kai and then disperse the kākano.
Koe nā hoki. Then by the time the mini waka arrived from Hawaii, I was a mahuri.
Ah, interesting time that. Nera.
Very interesting time, e hoa. Very interesting.
No reira. E koro. You knew her?
Her?
She, who instead of skin was covered in feathers, coloured in many hues. She who spoke to all of the creatures of the domain of Tāne, through beak-like lips with gentle words. She, whose arms bore wings upon them so she could fly and keep watch over this great ngahere, of which she was its keeper. For it was she who protected the mauri of all that lived here.
Ah, yes, koina e pi, koina. Don't forget though, she could take on the form of a bird when she willed it to be. Otherwise, she walked through the ngahere as a kuia, an old woman, tending to all of my many brothers and sisters and all of your people, whom she treated as her very own children and mokopuna. Such was her aroha. Yes, it was such a long time ago when she called the meeting, which would unfortunately be her last. Ah, ka aroha. It was actually here at my trunk that she convened.
E aku tamariki katoa, my children, kaka, kiwi, sui, pīrairaka, peho, tautau wai, titi paunamu, kereru, kokako. Gather here around the tōtara. Haramai, haramai. There's someone missing. E kaka, have you seen Miro Miro?
Kaore, Kura. I haven't seen him today. You know him, busying himself flying all over the ngahere to check on everything. He's usually back by now to share anything he has learned. Even though every day, other than the changing of the seasons, like when Pipi Wharaurua arrives, nothing really changes here.
Tika, Miro Miro is late. Wait, ara a Miro Miro, e rere mai ana.
E kura! E kura!
Miro Miro, my loyal messenger. Haramai, I whea koe. What news do you have?
He's going to tell us that the tōtara stands strong, the kahikatea go taller, the kawakawa flourish, the streams and the rivers run clear and true, and...
Well, e kura. The tōtara stands strong, the kahikatea grow taller, the kawakawa flourish, the streams and rivers run clear and true, and... I ka te au he tangata. I saw a man.
E kitea he tangata. Are you sure?
E me ana koe kura. I saw a man.
Why, the last people we saw through our parts was Rakataura and Kahu. Are you sure it was not them?
Karakau, e hara I rawa. It was not them, madam. This man is young and quite athletic, and he carries a spear, and
Weare, a spear! A spear! I must tell the rest of my family to be careful. We have to leave. Oh no! It's too late. We've been feasting on the metal and are too slow and clumsy to be dodging a spear. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Kereru, kia tau, kia tau. Calm down.
Here no, I'm gonna leave now. It'll take me all day to get to them. Oh, if it were a few months ago, I'd be much faster.
Well, Eru, I've told you and you're allowed to get some help with your obsession with those metal berries. Gorging yourselves like that, then getting into a kite coma. It's just not healthy, you know, bro.
Tō waha kaka. Just because you haven't got an appetite like us and can fly around with your kaka.
E korua, turi. Miro, back to this tangata you saw.
Well, yes, he's not far from here, and he's not going anywhere soon.
He hana, what do you mean he's not going anywhere soon?
Well, I think he's dead.
Dead?
Ai, komat.
Eta, why didn't you say that at the start?
Well, Kereru got his huru in the ruffle, and I didn't get a chance to.
E pai ana, Miro. I will go and see this man. He might just be badly injured. If so, it's my duty to help him.
What?
Koina. E koutou mā, I am the kaitiaki of this ngahere. All the rākau, ngā ota, ngā ngāngara, ngā manu, and anything else, including manuhiri. He is in need. When many of you have needed to be nurtured back to health, I have done so. Koinei taku mahi.
Oh, gracious Kurangaituku, I will come with you.
Ka pai, kua rere tāua hoake. Ka whakamanua hau ia hau.
And so she took the form of a bird.
Waka me haruana. I wish I could change just like that.
Well, Pirairaka, you have other gifts. Tāne Mahuta imbued her with others, and thus, Kurangaituku stretched out her arms, and they became great bariho. Her body took on the form of a bird, her lips formed a great beak, and her feet became talons. Then she flapped her pariho and lifted off into the air, flying up to the Puhikai Oreore, the canopy of the Wānui Tāne, the great forest of Tāne. She circled above and watched intently as Miro flitted from tree to tree, guiding her to where the man lay, supposedly dead. She swooped down to the floor of the ngahere, where Miro hopped about in excitement. As she descended upon the man and Miro, she returned back into the form of a woman.
Anai, here he is.
Yes, Miro, ka pai. Te ahua nei kei patua ia kia mate. Engari, kaore e mate. He has been beaten and left for dead. But he's alive, only just. Māku ia hei whakaora, kia whakamāwi ake ia. I will nurture him so he recovers. Hara mai, Miro.
Wait. It's all going on, isn't it? Sika tō kōrero, e tōtara. Interesting times. Very interesting.
Koina hoki.
Well, we all know what happened next.
Epi, that's just the thing. The lady of the forest has really gotten some bad press about what happened. when really her intention was to help Hātūpātū. Kurangaituku made a kauamo from branches and kareao, supplejack. She lifted the man into the kauamo and dragged the kauamo to a suitable clearing, close to a stream, for she would need fresh water to help to heal him. She made a wharau, a rough shelter for him, and wove a whāriki to lay upon mosses and rauwhi. This would be his bed. Kurangaituku then went about the forest, collecting from the children of Tāne various leaves and barks. Some she would use externally as panipani to massage and to comfort the bruises he suffered, and others she would put on hot rocks, filling the wharau with medicinal steam. Others she would boil in a kumete. This medicine would be administered orally when he was conscious and strong enough to drink. Kurangaituku tended to this man for many days and nights with Miru at her side. Then one day, his eyes opened.
Ekui, kei hea hau.
Kei te ngahere koe. You were in the forest. I found you. You were nearly dead. No whea koe.
Tēnā koe Ekui. I'm Hātūpātū. I come with my brothers, Hānui and Hārua, who were hunting. I lied. I betrayed their trust and...
And, eaha, e patua koe.
Yes, they punished me severely. They hit me for eating all of the huahua kereru. Then they dragged me a long way, far from where we live. That's what I remember.
Ka nui tēnā. Kia tau. You need to rest. Here, drink this rongoa I have made. It will help with your healing, but you must sleep, Hātūpātū. E moi, e moi.
I rutua katoa tea a Hātūpātū e te moe. Hātūpātū was overcome with sleep, and over the next few days, as he recovered, he slipped in and out of consciousness, at times not knowing if he was dreaming or witnessing reality. He dreamt of the boiling ngāwha of home. He dreamt of the ngahere, and he dreamt of a woman who turned into a great manu. It took 3 moons for him to fully recover.
Hātūpātū, kua whakamāwitia koe. You are fully recovered. Me kore ake ngā rongoa a tāne mahuta mou. You are free to go wherever you want.
Ai, I acknowledge tāne te waiora. Engari, e koe, me kore ake hoki koe e ora nei ahau. It is also through you, e koe, that I'm well and alive. Let me stay in Te Waunua Tāne with you to help you in what you do.
Kura, kaore te rei pai ana ki oku nei whakaro. I don't trust him. He tangata te tangata.
Turi, mero. Ka pai, Hātūpātū. You may stay on here in the ngahere. You may drink deeply of the water. You may eat of the berries and leaves of the trees, for they will grow again. He oi anō, you must not eat any of the manu. You must leave the ways of the hunter behind. Koi nei te tikanga.
Kei te pai e kui. I would adhere to the tikanga of the ngahere. Koi nei taku kupu ki a koe.
And so, Hātūpātū lived in the ngahere alongside Kurangaituku, and he learnt all the bush lore there was to learn. He learnt about the various berries and leaves of each tree and their healing properties. And while for a time he was satisfied with the produce of Haumea Tiketike, eating his fill of aruhe, and even though he was shown the sweetest berries to eat and had an endless supply of vegetation, there came a time when his hunger for the rich flesh of the kereru overtook and overwhelmed him.
Eru. Kei te pēhea.
E pai no iho ana. I'm fine. A koe? Why are you looking at me like that? Hey, no! Get off!
Hātūpātū killed kereru, plucked his feathers and roasted him in the fire. He did not know there was a witness.
E kura! Mera, I say mera!
Hana, what middle? What?
Iki atu, that Hātūpātū. He has killed a little kiddo. Oh, Gaburat gone. Koromia, that koru, mera!
Oh, kokohua, kaia te ahi. Poko tauna. Hātūpātū has broken my tikanga and betrayed me. He utu kei te haere, ko te utu, ko te tangata. Hātūpātū will pay in blood.
Kurangaituku turned into her bird-like form. In a rage, she shook to the air, screaming. Her shrill cry awoke the whole ngahere. The punga werewere, the peketua, the mokomoko, the toke, the ro, and all of the ngarara scurried out of their burrows and places of hiding to see why Kurangaituku was screaming.
Hātūpātū is killed and devoured Kiriru. This treachery cannot be forgiven, and he must pay in blood.
All of the birds, both of flight and of foot, came out to look for Hātūpātū. All the while, Kurangaituku was screeching and mourning at the loss of Kiriru. She was distraught as Hātūpātū had killed one of her children. Hātūpātū had no option but to run and to flee.
Mataku he! Mataku he! Merere hau! I have to get out of here.
Hātūpātū! Go hara koe! You must pay in blood!
Hātūpātū knew of a toka he had passed many a times in the ngahere. He would find shelter there. With Kurangaituku closing in, he reached the toka and uttered the kupu.
Let me in, toka! I need shelter! Matati! Matata!
At the kupu matati matata, the toka opened up and Hātūpātū took shelter inside, while Kurangaituku scratched at the outside, leaving her marked there forevermore. Hātūpātū was terrified. What was this Birdwoman? It was her he had dreamt of all those moons ago. Who or what was she?
Hātūpātū! You killed one of my children! You must pay in blood!
Hātūpātū was safe, but Kurangaituku seemed she would not give up screaming and clawing at the rock. Still, he wondered who this Birdwoman was, and how did she know his name? After a time, Kurangaituku tired and fell in a heap next to the toka. Hātūpātū sensed it was his opportunity to make a run for it. Out he burst from the toka, fleeing back to the lands from which he came, to the boiling waters and mud pools of Te Hoata and Te Pupu. Hātūpātū had a head start on Kurangaituku, but she was close on his heels, all the while screaming.
Hātūpātū! Go hara koe! Go hara koe! You must pay in blood!
Whakangaro atu ya koe! You witch!
Both Hātūpātū and Kurangaituku were tired. The chase had covered a great distance. Kurangaituku was now many miles from her forest. She did not know, but Mirumiru had followed him. He was vigilant and saw the many hot pools before him.
Ekura! Hātūpātū, be careful!
Kurangaituku was hell-bent on catching Hātūpātū. She didn't even see he was leading her towards one of the bubbling ngafa. Because of all of the steam in the air, she had swooped down and was now following clumsily on foot, still in the form of a bird. Hātūpātū knew before him lay a large ngafa. He slowed so Kurangaituku was just within reach. When he reached the edge of the ngafa, he feigned left, then very quickly stepped right. Kurangaituku was so enraged and exhausted, she was fooled by the ruse of Hātūpātū. She continued on left, falling into the boiling waters of the ngafa. Hātūpātū stood at the edge of the ngāwha. He had triumphed, but as Kurangaituku screamed in agony, dying a slow and painful death, she changed back into her human form. Hātūpātū was filled with guilt and sorrow.
Oe, taukiri e! Kurangaituku! Wataku he!
And there, Pirairaka, she met her end. Ka mate ia ki reira, ka ngaro te kiko. Ai, ka aroha hoki. Oeno, we say that while her body died, her wairua returned here amongst us, in the ngahere, to keep watch over te wao nui a tāne. Her wairua has a connection to the toka Hātūpātū took refuge in. Travellers stopped there to pay homage to it and to ask for safe passage through this rohe. And if you listen, you can hear her whispering to the trees and the many ngarara and manu who she loved and cherished.
No way tērā reo Kurangaituku.
Ai.
Weti.
Weti.
Mataku ana.
I would never lie to that person.
Hi na wana wakatoa kiri I te whakarongo atu. Ki te tiwaha.
Te wehi.
Ai, uru mai te mataku.
Ai. That was cool.
Kia ora.
Kurangaituku, Hātūpātū.
Yeah.
That was the biggest debunks for me. Actually knowing that, there's a tohuto on every vowel of that name. So
Yeah.
koutou mā that have said Hātūpātū.
Hātūpātū.
Yeah, and it's even still
Hātūpātū.
hard for me to remember that, because I'm
Hātūpātū.
so used to saying Hātūpātū.
Yeah.
Hātūpātū. Yeah, and Kurangaituku, man, she was cool. No wonder, that wonder
That was a
had that.
surprise to me. I didn't know that she was actually lovely.
Yeah. But there's a reason for any time a female is angry, it's for a good reason.
Yeah.
And
Ai, e aroha nau ki aia.
Ai.
Me te, ko te whakarotia ōna e te iwi he wetipu.
Ai.
He hau tupua.
Ai.
Hoi anō, I reira no... Ai, I huri hei wetipu.
But for a reason.
Ai.
Yeah.
Nā tanariri.
Yeah.
Me te
Yeah.
aroha.
Yeah.
So people have always thought that she's just a bad person, a malevolent.
Koina.
Yeah.
Kia
type of-
paima e meina.
It was because of some greedy actions of one person that
Yeah.
hei huri.
Yeah. And, if we've already talked about kaitiaki and, the law of certain, of these special places, LORE, there's a reason for it. There's an,
Yeah.
the he utu.
Yeah.
He utu.
Yeah.
So, they are kaitiaki and they're not like some taniwhai can have a ride on their back. They're there for a reason, and if you takahi
Yeah.
te mana o taua wāhi o taua mahi rānei, they're there to enforce the law.
Yeah.
Tātou katoa e mōhio ana ki tērā, te nuinga o tātou, e mōhio ana ki tērā kōrero,
Ai.
tuku iho. No muri mai ka rongo au I te kōrero e ai ki tā raukawa titiro.
Ka pai.
No reira, ko te ahu o tēnei kōrero, he mea, he kōrero no roto I raukawa ki te pai o raukawa.
Ki te pai o raukawa.
Ai.
So this is a version from a raukawa perspective. Te pai o raukawa. Kei hea taua wāhi ra te pai o raukawa.
Ko nā ngahere o Atia Muri. Whiti atu ki te mauru o Taupō ki te tiraupenga.
Kia ora, yes. Yep.
Ko te
Yeah.
pai o raukawa tērā.
That's where the toka is as well, eh?
Ai,
Yeah.
kei te huarahi o wainga I te taone o Tokoroa me Taupō.
Yeah.
Kia ora. That actual rock that's been talked about is between Taupo and
It's a
Tokoroa.
rest stop.
Rest stop, yeah.
Ana I au e tuhi ana I te kōrero nei, I maharau ho e pai kia whakaurungia tērā mahi.
Yeah.
I te kōwai whakamutunga rāno o te kōrero
Yeah,
hoi
yeah,
anō.
yeah.
Hei mohiotanga mo te iwi.
And that karakia, that little bit matati.
Matati matata.
Yep.
Ai.
Yeah, they
Koina te tuwhera sesame.
Yeah, the two-feta sesame. Yeah.
Ai, ki te Māori, ko te matati matata.
Matati matata. Tika.
Cool.
Tika.
Ai.
Yeah, they use that same. There's a same one there's a karakia for that. There's a place called Kawakawa in the north, and that was a he tohu whenua. There's a toka there where they used to put kawakawa or whatnot there. That's why they call it Kawakawa. But they used to say that matati matata. And put a
Cool.
So it was a well-known, put your passport up
Yeah.
so you can pass through the...
O rea, kei roto ngā tikanga uru whenua.
Uru whenua, ai.
Te kupu a te whakamāui.
Kia ai, pai tēnā
Yeah.
whakamāui.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ana ka ora haere te tangata i te pari o te rua.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to ask what that word was.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
a cool word, whakamāui.
So when you're recovered from the brink of death.
Koina,
Yeah.
ai, whakamāui. I etahi wharanga tino kino nei.
Tino kino, yeah. So back from something bad.
Oe no ko nā mahi a te kuiara, te mahi a Kurangaituku, he tiaki i te ngahere.
Ka pai.
Koina ko tana mahi he tiaki i taua ngahere ra, i te pai o Raukawa. He tiaki i ngā rākau, he tiaki i ngā manu, he tiaki i ngā ngārara. Nō reira, me pewhia korea i e riri.
Yes.
Kia
How can she not be angry at Hātūpātū, yeah.
Yeah.
I te kainga o te tehi o ana tamariki.
She saved him. She brought him back to life,
Yeah.
saved him, tended to him for days, for moons
For-
on end.
for 3 moons.
3 moons. Gave her this time and that, and then he wanted to stay with her, and then there was some trust exchanged.
And he broke that
and he
trust.
broke that trust. Broke the trust.
Ko tetehi anō kōrero, koina i noho roa ia.
Oh,
Kia
yes.
ako ia i ngā mahi a te kuia.
Oh, okay.
Ai, kia ako i e rā pūkenga.
Yep. So he stayed alongside her to learn what she knew for not very nice reasons.
Oh, hei mātauranga mōna.
Ah, yeah.
Ai.
Yeah, people do that.
Ai, engari i mohio a miro, he tangata te tangata.
Yeah, he tangata te tangata.
Ai.
Te ega.
Oia, no, e hara hoki te kōrero whakaiti i tērā tupuna i a Hātūpātū.
Ai.
Hoi no, he tirohanga anō tēnei.
Yeah.
I te mea, ku aroa no atu a Kurangaituku e whakaaroti ana e te nuinga he kino.
Yeah.
Engari kao. E ai kia mātau. He kuia pai, he kaitiaki.
Yeah, so it's cool that it gets out, so ngai taringa.
Yeah, hara.
Because, everyone that thinks about Kurangaituku is like,
Yeah. Oh, the
But
Birdwoman.
actually, is a nice person. A nice
kaitiaki.
kaitiaki. Yeah. There you go, koina ka mātua i te kaitiaki.
Oia no, e hoa ma, anei tātā tau ea ta kai a koe te puaheiri.
He karere tēnei.
Nera, kia wai. Whakarongo mai.
He me haki, he me haki, he me haki, te atua. He karere tēnei ki te motu. Kia mahara e. Ko te oranga pū mo te iwi Māori. Kei te matua i te rangi e. Kauarawara te hine ngaro. E apo i ngā taumane. E tiaho nei ki te whenua. He me haki, he me haki, he me haki, te atua. He karere tēnei ki te motu. Kia mahara e. Ko te oranga pū mo te iwi Māori. Kei te matua i te rangi e. Kauarawara te hine ngaro. E apo i ngā taumane. E tiaho nei ki te whenua. He me haki, he me haki, he me haki, te atua.
Gather up close, everybody.
Hoi no he hoa ma, e mihi ana e ngahu ana mātou. Kei ako rua te kupu whakamutunga.
Ka mātua I tēnā.
Mātu, tēnā koutou katoa ngai taringa, tēnā hoki koro aku hoa, o tēnei punua pāho. Whakarangatira, ko rangatira I a koutou.
Tika.
Tēnā koutou katoa!
Tahuri mai ki au, whakarongo ki te tangi a te korimako. Kōrero flowing at the hook force, kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds, kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā kona whakapiri mai ki te, kaupapa tino whakahira hira, whakarongo pi kari mai, hare mai, o Taringa hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody, gather up close everybody. Kani move that body, kani move that body.
Taringa, he mea tuku nā te wānanga o Aotearoa. To listen to more episodes, search for us on your podcast app and subscribe. Taringa, whakarongo mai.